Hello, Twitch world. I hope everybody's doing okay today, or whatever day you end up watching this, if you watch it later. So, yeah, I was trying to stream a little bit. What day is today? Saturday. I tried to do a little bit of streaming on Saturday, working on a cover. Uh, but right as I got started, I had to bail off because the my wife's Jeep got stalled out at Target where she was getting some groceries, and she got left there. So I had to go get her. Jeep's currently in a shop, and the mechanics actually can't find what's wrong with it. I ended up getting it started the next day. We went back. I couldn't get it started on Saturday, and then we went back on Sunday just to mess with it a little more and got it started. So I drove it down and dropped it off at the mechanics. And they've had it for the last couple of days trying to get it figured out. And wouldn't you know, it's not messing up for them. So they're gonna keep it till tomorrow. Try again. If they can't find out anything, then it'll come home. But yeah, man, dog got sick. Fortunately, he's on the mend. You'll likely see him hop up or hear him hop up in the background barking out the window. Now, baby is sick, so it's been kind of a greatest hits of calamities here. It's all right though. Kickstarter's going good. It's now got 48 hours left in the campaign. You know, we've surpassed the goal. It's looking, if trends stay true to like the last two Kickstarters, there'll be a pretty good surge of pledges here in this last 48 hours. So uh, it's looking pretty likely that I'll hit the next stretch goal, which will include four additional story pages into the book. Uh, so I figure I'm going to go ahead and start trying to color those and get those ready, so uh, there won't be any delay because the book itself is already done, and and you know except for these four story pages, because honestly I didn't expect to hit the goal. I'm glad I'm hitting the goal. That's pretty awesome. So yeah, so if that comes through and the goal gets hit, I'll have four additional story pages at it. So that's what I figure I'll work on today. This is the first page of the four additional story pages for Savage Sasquatch issue 3. uh, I've already got my flats laid. I took about 2 weeks ago or so. I took a day and just laid flats on them just in case things took off in the campaign. So yeah, so I'm gonna start working on these. This ties directly into the end of issue 2 and the where issue 3 picks up. So this is kind of a, what is it? It's not an epilogue or a prologue. It's just kind of one of the side stories. So, but since obviously it carries over to the previous campaigns or previous pages, I want to have some correlations. I want to have colors match up. Whew, sorry. Now, if you guys know anything about what I do or whatever, so the actual issue of my series Savage Sasquatch, that's drawn by Gabe Santos, and Gabe does a remarkable job. And these four extra story pages are actually drawn by my buddy Craig Babiar. So they do have a bit of a different look to them than Gabe's stuff, but Craig is a phenomenal artist, and uh, so this is page 1 of issue 3 of Savage Sasquatch, and you know uh, it's the same setting, but obviously being different artists, they they have different sensibilities. So Craig has his version of what's going on here. And since there wasn't really a huge cityscape, and we're only here for a panel or two, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, yeah, in the colors, I'm gonna just try and correlate, these colors with this. It's not exactly the same, but that's all right. I think readers will totally get it. And so, yeah, I am going to keep it nighttime. I want to, I probably won't keep the gutters white, but I don't want to go black because you see there's a lot of black on this page already. So they'll probably end up being a dark-ish color, like maybe blue or something like that. I'll probably just have that for the time being. I'll probably just keep it white for the time being, just to try and, if I start making that color and I have that color in the flat, which is entirely possible, it could make things a little more complicated for me. So I'm just going to leave it white for now. But I'm going to maintain my green sky here. Yeah, because same world, more or less the same time of day. I could maybe bring, because it's a yellow sky during the day. So I am going to what is that? Say, okay. Now I can see the chat. Something happened. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna keep the same kind of green sky. Bring in maybe a little bit of gold down at the bottom, gold or yellow. Not too much. Gradient tool from transparency to my fill color. That's should change it. So essentially, what's happening in this panel, almost the same. Different characters are involved, but it's a security office. Honestly, no, it is the same security office. Never mind. I started thinking something and I'm already wrong, so ignore me. I'm gonna try and turn Spotify music up just a little bit, not to get too distracting, but at the same time, my wife is actually in the room across the way with our daughter reading her a story. You may or may not hear that, so I'm gonna try and turn that up a little bit so you don't have to. Not that it's a bad thing, but my girl is not feeling too good. She's trying to feel good, but it just isn't, fortunately. I wish she was. She's had a hard couple weeks, to be honest. This whole pandemic's been really hard on her, just because she's basically been cutting teeth the entire time. So it's been kind of relentless for her, unfortunately. Pretty much every time we thought we were done cutting teeth, more would come. So my poor girl's kind of at the end of her rope, and rightly so. Rightly so. So now, you may or may not be familiar with what I do, but the artist of this page I'm currently coloring, Craig, he and I are working on a new project together called Graveyard Orbit, and the pages look really, really cool. Like I can't wait to kind of unleash them on the world. Yeah, and I'm not quite sure how I want to approach coloring that series. I don't want to color it the same way I've been coloring these pages, the Sasquatch pages. I want to do something different stylistically, just not that what I'm doing wouldn't work on his pages. It totally would. And I'll probably end up doing pretty much that on this page. But if I can, you know, it just kind of depends on time. I'm a little bit behind schedule on where I want to be with everything. So if I can, I would like to try and experiment on this page and maybe try and figure out what I want to do for the project that he and I are currently developing. So I may be doing a little bit experimenting on this page just for the sake of seeing what's what. But I'll be honest, most likely I'm probably just going to stick with what I'm doing. Just trying to not confuse the reader anymore, and just for timeliness, because like I said, I'm a bit behind schedule already with everything. I got a couple covers to do, which is great. Looking forward to doing those. Got some pretty nifty pieces in the queue, so I wanna get on those. And on top of that, it's looking like there may be at least one freelance job in the near future. That would be really good. You know, we got all these Jeep and dog bills to pay and breaking appliances, so you know, having some paying work would be great. The only downside is the paying work keeps me from doing Sasquatch. So what I'm wanting to try and get accomplished is to get these 4 pages done and get the covers I have in the queue knocked out, and then I want to get back onto issue 4 because I'm almost halfway through coloring issue 4. And I want to get it done. I'd like to try and get it done before this potential job actually lines up or starts, because you know, when it starts, I won't have as much time to do this. You know, it'll probably be basically Tuesday nights, and then there'll be a point in issue 4. I'm not going to want to show you guys what I'm working on. There'll be a few pages, just, you know, I don't want to spoil everything. So if you buy the issue, you know, you'll have some surprises left. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. It's the long status update on everything. Hopefully we'll start getting some folks here, because Tuesday nights are awfully lonesome on here when it's just me. I may need to pull my newsletter again, see when would be the best time to stream, because Tuesday night is apparently not it, even though the information I got in my poll says yeah, that would be all right. Let's see. I figure all these light spots, I'll just make them windows. You see, I'm keeping that fairly monochrome because ultimately I just want to draw attention right here. There are all these. Want those. I'm gonna just. Oh, what is with that? So weird. What's probably gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and just darken these roots a little bit. Could help bring these pages to life a little more. Bring these, give them a little more dimension. I don't need to do a whole lot with these, but I don't want to do too little. Hey, what's up, Nordic Forge? How you doing, buddy? Glad you jumped on, man. I was starting to fear I'd be alone again tonight. But yes, this is Savage Sasquatch. You see, this is actually for the stretch goals on the Kickstarter because it's looking like we'll probably hit a stretch goal. So I'm getting a jump on the coloring.
Focused instead on sending the best damn clothes from top
Yeah, no, it's been chaos around here, buddy. To be honest, it's been absolute chaos. I did a impromptu stream, or tried to do an impromptu stream on Saturday, and it, as like literally as I went live, I had to cancel it. I had to deal with a bit of an emergency.
Hey,
My
this
my
is
wife
Amy
got
Schumer.
stuck
Did
at
you
a
know that I have
parking
a
lot with a
podcast on
car dying on her.
Spotify?
So,
Are you serious? You
and then
didn't know
from
that?
there, it's just
It's
been
called
trying
Three
to
Girls, One Keith. I host it along with
get
my best
get
friends Bridget Everett,
stuff
Rachel
taken care of.
Feinstein,
You
and Keith
know,
Robinson. I can't
figure out
believe
what's
you're not
wrong with the
listening
car.
yet. This is okay. I'm sorry. I'm mad.
Dog
But
was
I'm mad.
sick.
Okay, I'm
Baby's now
fine now.
sick.
This season we've got Quentin
So you know,
Tarantino, David Byrne, Ronnie Chang, and the great
been
news is
chaotic.
you're in
Just
the right
I
app to
haven't
listen.
been
So search for Amy Schumer Presents Three Girls, One
purposefully
Keith and listen
neglecting
for free
streaming.
only
It's
on
just been
Spotify.
I haven't had more than a few minutes sitting at the computer. Like I get an hour at most, and I gotta stop. Like, oh, let me do this or let me do that. So it's been chaos, buddy. It's been chaos.
Summer is open. Download the Lowe's app and discover what's possible at home.
Yeah, he's getting better. Fortunately, he's we got some medicine for him on was it Friday? Yeah, Friday we got some medicine for him, and he's responding really, really well. And he's actually laying down here next to me. Aren't you? But yeah, I'm glad you jumped on. You got any? You've been dying to catch up. Like, you got anything specifically you were looking to find out or talk about? So otherwise, I'm just kind of rambling. I'd rather talk about what you want to talk about. Yes and no. That's fair. That's fair. Well, don't be afraid. Don't be shy. Hit me with whatever you got. Okay. Shoot. Where is that color? There. No. If I don't know the answers, I'll make them up for you. How about that? I'll pretend I know the answers at the very least. Last time I know you mentioned sites or groups where could put their stuff out there to try. Yeah, Facebook's pretty good place to start. Let me see. Hold on one second. Let me see. Now, I personally haven't got any work from this one yet, but I haven't tried so far. But I'm part of it. It's called Comic Creators Connection. This Facebook group. So I mean, you can maybe get up in there, talk to, see if anybody's game. I mean, people post art and promote their Kickstarters and stuff like that. So I mean, that's a good place to start. There's a few other artist groups. You might try comic artists seeking writers, or no, that's comic artists seeking commissions. Let's see, there's one. There's another one. There's a lot of groups. I'm now in a lot of groups, so it takes me. Oh, it's not giving me what I need. Indie comic source. That's make comic book collecting fun again. That's not the same. Yeah. This is. You'll have to join Comic Creators Connection. Comic Creators Connection. I'd give you a group, but it's like a big number, so I don't know if that would help you. So, but there's Comic Creators Connection. That's probably one of the better ones. Let me see if I can just get groups. Here we go. Actually, that's actually probably a pretty good one. Specifically, the Antarctic Press Dallas group. Antarctic Press is a comic book publisher, and they're based in San Antonio, where I currently live. That's the home office. But the man who started the company, Ben Dunn, lives in Dallas, and he kind of opened a branch in Dallas. And they've got a group on there. It's a super active group, and a lot of those guys get together and do stuff together. So that might be a good spot. The website, Digital Webbing. Digital Webbing still has a forum. Lo and behold, forums still exist in this day and age. And the forum, there's actually a forum specifically for hooking up creators. So there can be a writers forum. So if it's like an artist is looking for a writer, they'll go to that. Or if you're looking for an artist, you go to the artist forum, and he puts stuff up. And some of it's paid, some of it's not. It's just kind of, it's people connecting together and working it out. Let's see. DeviantArt's always a good place to go looking for artists, though, you know, that's a little less formal, a little less structured, because it's people just showing off stuff and you drop message and they may or may not ever even look at them. So, well, that's good. You should be excited about the comic you're working on. If you're not excited, how am I supposed to be excited? So it's good you're getting excited. That's where it starts. That's exactly where it starts. I haven't been, so I can't attest to it. But somebody recently told me about the site Upworks or Upworks, I think. I don't know if it's .com, .net. I haven't been to it. I've only like literally just heard it. Apparently, you can find some people there, and apparently some decent people there. So, let's see. Creators and creators. Or there really are a ton of Facebook groups. I'm in too many as is, and that's why I can't find stuff. But professional comic book art. No, that's not it. Yeah, Upwork's a freelance site, is what I understood. Yeah, it may be Upwork. So a lot of it's building just building relationships, you know. The same person that mentioned Upwork, the site, to me, they also suggested a strategy for if you're struggling for finding an artist, which let's see if we go this way, so we're gonna lean back. So I don't know if you've ever created a comic book before or not, especially if you've never created a comic book before and you're trying to get somebody, whether they've made one or not. One thing that it's hard because making comics is a lot of work, and especially on the artist side of it, you know, they spend a lot. They're going to probably spend a lot more time drawing it than you are writing it. So having somebody just like, yeah, I'll draw your book. It's going to be hard to get. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be hard to get. It's not impossible. You totally can. If you're paying, it makes it a lot easier, especially if you're paying decently. That's going to make it a lot easier, because then you can pretty much hire whoever. But especially if you're trying to just get somebody like, hey, I want to work with you, you work with me, we work together, we work for free. Maybe if we get some money, we'll split it. That's totally viable, and go for it. But like I said, it's going to be really hard to get people to commit.
Sorry, I don't know that one.
Alexa's talking. Shh. Right.
A calzone is an Italian oven-baked turnover made with folded pizza dough.
What? Okay. Crazy. Right? I don't even know why she's talking about that. Oh my goodness. There was a TV commercial for one of those things yesterday, or not yesterday, the other day, and it set it off, and it was trying to, the TV commercial was trying to have the Amazon item, which I won't name, work the TV, but I don't, my smart TV isn't that smart, so my Amazon item that was over was trying to operate my TV, but it couldn't. No, I did not. I haven't seen that in a long time, because we don't have cable. We just use like Amazon and Netflix. So I totally have not seen South Park in years and years. I'm sure it's pretty good. Those guys are pretty on the nose with some stuff. It's pretty fun. But yeah, one thing you might try to help lure in other artists that you, especially since you don't have a track record, aim for smaller stories. Like if your story, say you're creating this big world, like maybe try and aim for smaller vignettes, 5, 6, 10 pages, and then maybe, hey Tragicoma, how you doing, man? That's hilarious. I'm actually kind of glad I didn't see that because it might have went and bought things. But doing a shorter shorter stories, but set them in your world, so maybe you can end up collecting them into an issue or a trade eventually. That might be a better way to help find an artist, drop in, and it'll help build your reputation and clout. Like, look, yeah, see, I can deliver. This is what I'm capable of. And you can find people that you work well with or not. So you don't end up committing to, like, hey, I signed up and I got this dude. He's agreed to draw this 20-page thing, and welcome Tragicoma, man. We're happy to have you. You got any questions? Just let me know. We're talking about finding artists and making comics right now, and I'm slowly coloring this page. And feel free to chime in. And but yeah, that way, if you get somebody that says, yeah, I'll draw your comic book, 20, 24 pages, 32 pages, and you start counting on them and then they don't do any, that happens. You know that, and you're not too invested where it's like, hey, you got one dude that committed to 5 pages, he or she doesn't fulfill those 5 pages, then you're not out quite as much, you know what I mean? So it's an option. It's something to consider, especially starting out. Aim small, miss small, kind of thing. The old saying goes.
Still us. Get started
So,
at bombfell.com/stupid
yeah.
for $20 off your first order. That's bomb.
Comics is hard, so that's the lesson for the day. Comics is hard.
Stupid.
Let's be real. It's the perfect time to go back in time with the stories of hip-hop's craziest parties, nastiest beefs,
work on
flyest
some
fashions,
rocks a little
and
bit here.
best verses.
Like, that's an all-time underrated, unbelievable beat.
But yeah, check out Facebook some more, and I'm sure you'll find more groups that are geared specifically for that.
The Mogul Mixtape. Catch new episodes every Wednesday. Tap now to listen for free on Spotify.
As I decide to go back on the hunt again for another artist for another project, I may try and look to join more of those groups. Currently, I don't have the need, which is a blessing because I've been through that search. It's painful, man.
We can't wait to see you at Nordstrom.
I had a lot of start and stops with this project because I had people that sign on, then either bail or stop talking or not communicate, and so it's I don't envy your search. I don't envy it until you find somebody that's amazing and like, oh man, that's awesome. I wish I had him or her. Then I'll envy your search. What else you got on your mind, man? You said you had a couple ideas or a couple questions you wanted to think about or talk about. I'm an open book, buddy. If I can help, I'll help you. See, this is one of those instances where when you have two different artists drawing the same thing and they both take their own spin on it, this is what. So I mean, this page that I'm currently working is actually, this same scene, same spot, same building, but it looks different. So I'm trying to be pretty close to the coloring I already did, just so whenever readers come in and look at it, it will hopefully register as at least register enough that it's the same building, same place, because I don't want it to be a mystery. So I'm going to try and just use a lot of the colors I already have. Well, that's good, man. I hope it helps. I've been thinking that, like, that was actually just suggested. I just saw something about that myself, and I have another idea I'm really wanting to do. I think it's a pretty ballin' idea, and like, Craig's currently drawing a Graveyard Orbit for me, and Sasquatch's done. Gabe's off doing his own thing, and honestly, I can't afford Gabe again right now. So he's unfortunately off the table, which I'd love to work with him again. But so I have this other idea I really want to do, and Craig would be great on it. I don't know if he'd be the perfect artist on the series. He very well may be. I mean, the dude can draw anything. But at the same time, that would also put it then happening probably a year or two down the road, since we're currently both invested in getting Graveyard Orbit drawn and completed, and which, dude, I'm gonna send myself a pic, because he sends me these texts of progress shots, and I'll share it with you, because it's money, dude. And since you're here, I'm gonna share it with you, but I gotta send it to my computer because it's on my phone. So just give me 1 second. But yeah, so he's in that, and I got him going. He's rocking and rolling, so I don't want to distract from that at all. Yeah, it used to be called Salvage, to be honest. Like, the store used to be called Salvage, but there's another series called Salvagers, and I thought it was a little potentially too confusing, maybe. Yeah, download that. Okay, here we go. Let's open it here. This is the pencils, the double page spread. So yeah, it's another cool spacefaring joint. Let me I can just to try and make it a little easier to see. Yeah, it's just a photo, so obviously the scan will be a lot better. But yeah, you know, we got a salvage ship going into basically a graveyard of a, you know, spaceship battle. It's kind of graveyard, and this is a big old space whale that lives out there, and basically it's so massive the debris of the spaceships kind of orbit the space whale. Hi, I can't take care of you right now, okay? Go get mom. Go get mom. She'll scratch your thigh. But yeah, he sent me inks of this much this morning. He sent me a picture of the inks. The dude's killing it. But yeah, it's my first foray into like a thriller horror genre story. So should be pretty cool. Should be pretty cool. He'll kill it on the art. If nothing else, it'll look amazing. But yeah, so I want to start working on this other idea too at the same time, because Graveyard Orbit, it's going to be a fairly fairly small project. I mean, that's a huge, obviously the image is huge and there's all this stuff going on, but self-contained, it's only going to be about 60 pages, just done in one, just wrapped up in one nice little package, not an ongoing series or anything like that. So I want to get working on another series, and I probably need another artist. And a buddy of mine wants to write it with me, and I'm both really keen on that idea and really not. One, he'll help make it better because he's really good. So I mean, that's definitely a positive, and we operate well together. I don't know if I'm not sure how familiar with any of my work, but he was the co-writer on another series I did called Moonstreak, and Moonstreak was a really good book. I think we did some amazing work on that, and he's really interested in this other idea I have, and both I want to work with him again, and I also don't, just because extra cook in the kitchen, and he'll help with a great idea, but then it's one of those things like, okay, if and when I do get it on Kickstarter and get it launched, it's one more person to kind of take a slice of the pie type thing. Not that I'm like totally motivated by money. I'm not, but it's when you start getting into all that, and like, okay, you take this and it's complicated. And taxes are involved, and it's just one of those things where right now I'm still small enough. I'm not incorporated. I'm not doing anything like that, so it's all personal taxes. And so to do that, and then to cut him in as well, he should be if he's working on it. I don't want to cut anybody out of money. That works on the project. I'm not trying to keep it for myself. I just want to make my financial situation less crazy. So the fewer hands involved, the better. I appreciate that. I truly do. I'm not going to say no, but I'm not going to say yes. How about that? Also, it's one of those things, when I first initially came up with the idea, and he was wanting to come on board, and I was really kind of keen on it at that moment. I'm actually shifting the idea some more, so it's not exactly the same as I was initially envisioning. So that's another thing. It's just like, I like to be able to turn on a dime when and if I can, and not have so many people involved. But actually, we just had a proposition from another friend of mine who came up with a really, really good idea. A really good idea that is a comic, but doesn't seem to be anything quite else like it. And this kind of literally just fell in our laps this last weekend, and we're really excited about it because this could have some pretty cool potential. I don't want to say too much just because we're literally just starting. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about this new idea. It's way, way, way different than what I do, but also totally in my wheelhouse. And it's something like my wife can actually help on. She's got a knowledge base and an expertise in the matter, and so, and as does my friend who came up with this idea. And it's really cool, man. Like, I'm probably, out of anything I do, if anything's ever gonna make any money, like real money, it would probably be this. Everything else, no matter as good as it is, hopefully one day somebody will do something to make me a lot of money with it. But at the end of the day, I just want to make cool comic books. And this new project This new project can probably be both, which is exciting. I know, it's vague. I'm sorry. I've never been one to be like, oh, I'm afraid somebody's gonna steal my ideas. You know, once I kind of in my youth I was, you know, like 18, 19. I had that fear. I don't anymore. Like I truly don't believe it's that nefarious among there. Like there's definitely somebody can have the same idea, but there's not as much in the way of people actually going out to steal your idea. And then at the end of the day, I can always have more ideas. This is one of those where it's just like, man, I'd be afraid somebody steal that idea. And I haven't ever really been afraid of that before, so hence why I try to be a little vague about what I'm talking about. And as more happens, as it becomes more real, I can discuss more, but it's just barely in the planning stages right now. So, but yeah, man, I'm with you. I just want to make cool comic books. Yeah. Yes, I would like to make money off of them. That would be. If anybody tells you they don't care, that's a lie. Because comic books can be expensive to make, so I'd like to make enough money to, you know, break even, but I'd also like to make enough money to just make comic books. You know, I enjoy my freelance work, but if I could give up my freelance work and just do my own thing, I totally would.
They said Bombfell.
But even then, there'd probably still be projects that come along like, oh man, I want to do that because that sounds cool. Because, you know, a cool comic's a cool comic. And
Focused instead on sending
I always want to
best
be on a
damn
cool
clothes
comic book.
from top menswear brands straight to your door. So, who's stupid now?
Actually, just had a
Still us.
project I was in the running for, and I don't know why I didn't get it. It could just be a matter of price. And they started revealing art for it this last week, and a buddy of mine who I've worked with on several other issues in the past, he was like, man, I want you to do this. I'm like, that's great, man, I want to do it too. And for whatever reason, editorial or money or whatever, it didn't come through, so I didn't get to work on it. And now they started showing off pages, and it's pretty cool. I still wish I could have worked on it. Makes me sad and jealous. It is, man. It is. It's the necessary evil. You ever figure out how to, you know, make a living without money? Let me know the secret. I don't mean go like live in the woods in a teepee or cabin I built out of mud huts or whatever. You know, that's not in me. I'd have to play the lottery to win it. And I'd have to have money to be able to play the lottery in the first place. And there's no rich billionaire uncle or aunt or parent, you know, bequeathing their riches upon their death to me. You know, we're all simple middle class and lower. You know, whatever's left is probably going to pay the funeral. Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, I guess that's kind of like the bit about the old people in the casino hitting the slot machines looking to win it big. And it's just kind of like you're spending all your retirement sitting in a dark room playing a video game. That's not such a bad way to go, I guess. I'd play a different video game myself, but you know. Yeah, but are you looking to strike it big though? And are you wasting away like the Social Security money you have left? I mean, I'm not against sitting in a dark room playing a video game. That's something I'd probably like to do more of. Ooh. This probably won't be a terribly long stream tonight. It's been, with the child being sick, she woke up about 1:30 this morning. Woke us up. She went back to sleep not too long, but ever since then, like I only did like dozed lightly, catnap at best. Woke up every few minutes, and then she was up by 6, and so it was okay. So it's been a really, really long day. But I'm glad you're here, because I need to sit and work on this, and if you hadn't shown up, I probably would have signed off already. But I need to sit and work on this, so I'm glad you're here, because you're kind of making me do that, which is good, because I don't want to be any more behind schedule than I already am. Yeah, man. No, thank you. I actually, much to my surprise, I was never one to be like, oh, streaming, like, what's that? And now that was a couple years ago, and it's become this behemoth of a thing, and now it's like, all right, well, this is actually something that's viable, and I should do this, especially with making comics and stuff. It's totally on point, on brand to do that. And I am not somebody I'm kind of introverted extrovert type thing. I'm fairly introverted. I like to talk to the people I like to talk to, and I like to just be in my space, and that's it. But like if I go to a convention, I can work and schmooze and sell at a con, total stranger, and have a good time doing it. So it's like it's in me, but by my regular nature, I'm just very like, yeah, let me be in my little hidey hole right here, and at my computer making my comics, and kind of leave me alone. So I didn't expect to enjoy streaming and interacting with you guys in the chat as much as I do. So, thank you, because you make this fun. The nights where it's just me by myself, it's not so much fun. It's just like I'm talking, screaming into the wind. I don't know if anybody watches it later. No, I don't get any data if it watches later, and I don't go look for data. So if you guys aren't here, So yeah, no, you being here, it does as much or more for me than I probably can for you. So for that, I am grateful. And you know, like I said, you're making me keep working, which is good. I need to do that because I'm behind schedule. I'll actually show you what I was going to be doing on the stream on Saturday before I had to cancel. I had a working on cover. I haven't turned it in yet because I'm giving it a couple days to yeah. But yeah, I was gonna live stream coloring this on Saturday, but you know, life. It didn't happen. Didn't do it. So I've been doing it on worked Sunday and yesterday when I could off and on. So this is for a book called Persuasion by Ryan Kincaid. Ryan's actually not the artist of this piece. He's the creator of the story. This is one of the variant covers. He's got a Kickstarter Indiegogo launching at the end of the month. But yeah, this is his character, and I've worked with Ryan on a few pieces over the last couple years, and yeah, he was like, "Hey man, I got this for you. You want to do it?" And I'm like, "Absolutely." So pretty good. I like how this one was coming out. It took a while. This one wasn't easy because about halfway through, I totally shifted gears and went in this direction. This wasn't the direction I was going at first. So, thank you. Well, I mean, I can share the secrets with you, bud, because you're here. So why not? This was actually the inspiration. Was I kind of went and I googled neon glamour shots. You know, I got all kinds of. I saw this, and I was kind of like, I like this a whole lot better than what I was doing, and what I did wasn't worthless. I kind of shifted and recolored elements, but yeah, that was the inspiration. So I mean, you know, it's not all up here. Sometimes it's let me go see what I can find out in the world. You know, I'll probably turn this into Ryan tomorrow. I'll give it a look over again tomorrow. Maybe I might tweak a thing here or there. So, but yeah, that's that one. And I got a couple other covers to do that came in. So, but yeah. And then I'll have a where is I'll probably do this one on the stream here at some point in the not too distant future. This is also by my buddy Craig, who's drawing the page, who drew the page I'm working on right now, in the Graveyard Orbit. This is the Fantastic Four commission he did. But yeah, this was fun. He kept sending me the progress shots while he was doing this one, so about every day or every other day when he was doing it, he'd send me pencils, and it was cool because he was watching the transform because he was sending me the layouts, and like in the end, he totally changed Invisible Girl's position. She was in a totally different position, and he's like, "Oh, I did this because it was more active this way." It was really, really cool. I was like, "Man, just I like seeing that stuff. It's very neat. It's a lot of fun, especially when it's somebody as good as Craig is, you know, and especially when it sits there and he breaks down his thought process. Like, I did this for that. He did that for the next page in this story. He actually tweaked the art from what I wrote a bit. but it's he did it specifically. So this is the second page, and basically kind of the reveal. He changed the reveal of the face so he could focus in on the scar, so you can get all close and gnarly. And I was like, he's like, I hope you don't mind. It's like, of course not, because it looks awesome. You know, just little things like that, man. When you get somebody that can tell a story, they can just do little tiny things that enhance by such a bigger amount. Like, and that's just invaluable, and that comes from experience. I mean, there's probably storytellers out there who are just inherently amazing, but you know, Craig's a multi-year. I mean, he's written and drawn more comics than I have. You know, because definitely written more comics than I have, because he was the writer for he was the writer and artist for Warrior Nun for several years straight. And so, I mean, on top of other titles he did. So, I mean, he's put in a lot of work, and I've written a lot of comics, but I think he still got me beat on numbers. So, he's a good storyteller, man. He knows it. He knows how to do it. He knows what's good and how to do it well. And that's why I like working with him so much, because even if I get a point where I struggle or whatever, he can take it and enhance it or just tweak it enough to make it better. And that's the beauty of comics, man. That's the collaboration. You know, there's creators out there that are very controlling. You know, like, oh, this is my story, this is my vision, you're gonna draw what I want you to do, whatever. I think they're probably doing a disservice, you know, to themselves, let alone the artist. Because, man, you get somebody who knows what they're doing, you're just gonna make you look better. You know,
They said Bombfell was
I've definitely lucked out with Craig and Gabe, man. Both those guys,
for 10 years,
they make me look good. You know, not that I'm bad, but those guys make me look good.
From top menswear brands straight to your door. So, who's stupid now? Us. Still us. Get started at bombfell.com/stupid for $20 off your first order. That's bombfell.com/stupid.
Yeah, in a way, I can see that. You know, everybody's got their strengths, and you work together to be better than the individual. You know, as strong as Superman is, he can't do what the Justice League does. You know, same with like Hulk or Captain America. You know, as strong as they are and as good as they are, they're never going to be able to do as much as the team who's working together effectively. So, yeah, I mean, that's totally apt. I'm gonna have to remember that. I'll probably use that for myself, and I'm gonna take credit for it too. I like to say this little ditty. But yeah, it's been a really long day today. I can actually tell kind of by how I'm a little all over the map on this panel. It's fine. It's actually not outrageously hot. So, you know, it's warm, but it's not terrible. You know, it's definitely been hotter. We've gone swimming a few times, so that's been fun. You know. Yeah. kind of got a little lazy in my flats on this one. I don't really want to lay flats, but so when I really don't want to lay flats, I get lazy. Whoops. Yeah, a little warm, but not too bad at all. My wife is from Arizona, and when we got married, I lived there for a little over a month through what was it? Through September. Dude, it's unreal hot. There's one day we ran to the mall because we were getting her ring resized, or her ring resized, and the my truck has a thermometer in it, and it was blazing at like 117 or 118. It was so unbearably hot, and everyone's like, "Yeah, but it's a dry heat." Not as dry as you'd think. They got so much irrigation going on. It is not nearly as dry as you'd think. But even still, when it's 117 degrees, it doesn't matter if it's a dry heat because it's brutal. It is not fit for human beings. See, in Florida, man, you got the where are you at in Florida? You close to the Everglades? You got all that swamp heat. That super moist. Tampa. How's Tampa? That's you're on the Gulf side, right? Or the Gulf side or the Atlantic side? I don't know offhand. My geography on the cities in Florida isn't phenomenal. Gulf. So you probably got some pretty good humidity then. I imagine it's probably a little bit cooler on the Atlantic side. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But if it's anything like Texas, Gulf is warm and humid. Okay. I gotta get this done. I'm pooped. Hi. What do you need, bud? Okay. What's anybody? Huh? Did you go get mom? Go get her. Just gonna What's up, buddy? don't think I got much left in my tank.
They said Bombfell was a stupid company name. They were right. But
Yeah,
for 10
that'll work.
years, we've refused to fix our mistake and focused instead on sending the best damn clothes from top menswear brands straight to your door. So, who's stupid now? Us. Still us. Get started at bombfell.com/stupid for $20 off your first order. That's bombfell.com/stupid.
Hey, Wendy here from Science Versus. Our show takes on the messy world of news and internet fights to find out what's real, what's not, and what's somewhere in between. And this season, Science Versus is all about the coronavirus. We're asking questions like, how many people who get this virus never feel sick?
I've never had symptoms. No symptoms at all.
Weird.
Very.
Tap now
Lit
to listen on
sign.
Spotify.
Yeah. This.
Hey, Spotifyers, click or tap the banner to listen to Summer Hits. All the hits you'll need to make your summer sizzle. Brought to you by our friends at Scott's. Keep it green all summer with Scott's Turf Builder.
Yeah. No, that's cool, buddy. I probably won't last much longer. I'm gonna try and finish this panel and call it done because it's getting awfully hard to keep going. But I like to try and at least get a panel or something done. Plus, the dog looks like he needs to go out. But yeah, if I don't catch you later, hit me whenever. That's cool. I appreciate that. I understand. Right now, I'm just trying to get to the point where the eye going where I want it to be led. None of these dudes are important, so I don't need to put a lot into them. It can mostly be desaturated. Typically save doing this kind of stuff for the end, but whenever I'm on Twitch, I like to give at least some kind of semblance of finishing. I'll do finishing moves that I typically save to the end on here. Hold on, moves. Yeah, I won't be on here long. My dog wants or needs something. I think he wants out, you know, and for whatever reason, he deems I'm the only person that can let him out for some reason right now. He could go out downstairs and easily be let out if he just went downstairs, but he's just gonna stand here looking at me and whining. And I can't get mad or annoyed because he's been sick. Ain't that right, buddy? Yeah. Yeah, I got this light established here, so it's drawn differently, but that's all right. We're just gonna go ahead and it helps bring a bit of an emphasis. I messed it up. Hold on, buddy. We're getting there, okay? Let's do a little bit to help separate the field some more. If I wasn't already so tired, this would have, coloring it like this would have taken a lot less time. Wouldn't have been, you know, because it's fairly monochromatic. That's designed that way, because coloring that way it's pretty time saving. You know, that's why you see a lot of times in comic books when somebody does a flashback or something, you'll see it go monochromatic. One, that helps with the story to differentiate that, hey, this is not what's currently happening. That helps. But it's also, when it comes for the coloring, it's a lot. It's just easy. It's fast. You can get it done in and out. And when time is of the essence, that's, you pick your battles of where you can. You know, you can save time, and you go monochrome, you can color a page pretty quick, usually. Because then what you're really doing, all you're worrying about is value. You know, you just want to make sure that the items are separated and everything's got volume. And when you leave out the color, it's just one less thing you have to worry about. Hopefully this will be bringing this here to an end. But you saw I shifted the foreground, like it was a blue, but I shifted it more red. One, so it would pop out against the middle and backgrounds, because I want these guys to be separated, since I'm already doing such a cool set of tones for the background. Doing blue, they just kind of all ran together, so I shifted them a little red. Plus it adds a sense of menace and danger to it, and especially since it's 4 pages about the Crimson Ombre, it really kind of helps sell it thematically too. So that was kind of a little happy accident stumbled in where I didn't think about it right away. You saw, I mean, I haven't put any rendering on these guys. I may go back in here and add just a little bit, but again, by design, it's just trying to save a bit of time, not not do too much, and having them just be flats is a great way to do that. But I might spend a little bit more time and just give them a little bit of a fill light, because he drew all this great stuff. I don't want it to get too lost, you know, because he drew great stuff and I want people to see it. But I also don't want to spend too much time on it. So, you know, I've already spent too much time on this panel.
I am a writer. And this is Music Exists.
Ideally, the time I spent on this panel, I would have had
it's not necessarily
half the page done.
Right now, this isn't a podcast about what you need to listen to
tomorrow. On the Sasquatch pages, I try to aim for 3 to 4 hours of the page. Since we've been streaming an hour and a half, and I'm still not done with the first panel.
My favorite morning routine is stabbing myself in the eyes and putting my contacts in. Oh my god, I was so pumped up today when my father stepped on my glasses. Snapped them right in two. Awesome.
At LASIK Plus, we help free patients from the hassles of glasses and contacts. Call 844-265-2020. Right now, we're extending our 20% friends and family discount to patients treated in June who mentioned this ad. 20% discount applies to Wavelight procedure with lifetime plan. Must mention this ad at the center and be treated in June 2020.
You've got to make up that time somewhere.
Results may vary. See details at LASIK.
It's not like you get more time out of the day.
Across mountain ranges,
something else tends to suffer.
The tools of tomorrow. We are a team of a million unique and powerful individuals.
Sleep.
Join forces with us, and you can take on anything.
Family
What's your
time or
warrior?
something.
Find
I
out
don't
at
like
army.com.
family time. I like spending time with my family, so. I also like my sleep, so. I don't like cutting into my sleep either. I've done a lot of that. I don't particularly feel obliged to do all of that again. I'm just going to put a bit of just kind of fog, haze, you know, for no other reason, just to help separate the field, make things look kind of a little more moody and stuff, you know. Get this more reddish area. I want to get a little more. You know, this fog's kind of blue-green like the rest of it. Oops. With steam or something rising from the city. Gotta get your Blade Runner on, you know? Should have done on a second light, but so be it. Like I said, I don't want to lose this too much. He did too cool of a job on this stuff, so I'm just gonna go ahead. fill the space a little bit more. Allows the reader to see a bit more of what's going on here. I'm not being careless, but I'm just trying to be quick. With the fill lights, it's not quite as super duper critical for me to hit it just exactly right. So. Yeah, it's a lot darker on my screen than Twitch stream. That's interesting. Yeah, cool. I think I'm going to call that for that panel. Sufficiently creepy. Does think what I want it to do. So I am going to get out of here. Hopefully sleep through the night, and we'll catch you later. I'll probably stream sometime again this week if everything goes goes right. So if you're on during the day, I should hopefully be on at some point. Probably later half of the week. You know, Thursday or Friday. So, but yes, sir. Thanks for joining Nordic Forge and Tragicoma. The Tragicoma. Yeah, Tragicoma. But all right. Well, have a good one. We'll see you guys later.